Yeah, here's the new Superman one. He looks a little flustered. I can't tell if he's sweaty or if his hair's just,
just
having that way, but
just having a good Superman workout, I guess.
Apparently. Alright, then we got
punching
some.
Up Batman a little bit.
Yeah, then we got some news I've actually been waiting a while for. Mark Hamill is actually going to voice the Joker in the Killing Joke animated movie they're making. I think it's next year.
Yeah, thank God, dude.
Yeah.
It could just be a waste of the project if they didn't get Mark Hamill.
Exactly. Kevin Conroy's come out and said he wants to voice Batman with him, and I mean, why would you not?
Again, really no other way to go than Kevin fucking Conroy.
Yeah, it's how like when they did the Dark Knight Returns animated movie, it's like those are good.
Yeah.
But Peter Weller is no Kevin Conroy.
Right.
Like, let's be real here.
It's hard to live up to Conroy's work. But yeah, I mean, shit, that's gonna be awesome. Might actually give Dark Knight Returns and Under the Red Hood a run for best DC animated movie.
Yeah, especially depending on who they get to voice Batgirl, because if she has half a talent, then she'll easily go pretty well in that role.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, it's an emotional role too. It's gonna be a hard one to capture well, but
yeah,
if they can pull it off, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. All right, then we got. Have you heard the fan theory about Jared Leto's Joker yet?
No. What is it?
Oh, okay. There's a new fan theory floating around out there that Jared Leto's Joker is actually going to be Jason Todd.
Is it Leto or Leto?
Leto.
I thought it was Leto, but whatever.
Either way, there's actually fan theories floating out there, getting some pretty heavy steam actually, that he might be playing Jason Todd as the Joker.
He is Jason Todd.
He is
the Joker.
he is Jason Todd, and Jason Todd is the Joker.
What the fuck?
A lot of the steam has been picked up.
That's kind of weird, but all right.
A lot of the steam is picked up because of
So it was Jason Todd. He was a Robin then, and then for whatever reason he decides to become the Joker, or he just goes crazy, or what?
Well, what happens in the comics is, in the Death of the Family storyline, the Joker kills Jason Todd.
Right, yeah, Death of the
And then he comes back as Red Hood. And then apparently there's some other universes where he never actually kills Jason Todd, he just brainwashes him something.
Wasn't it like Superboy Prime punched reality or something and brought him back to life?
Something like that. But anyway, there's theories going around that he might be playing Jason Todd as the Joker.
Okay.
And a few of the reasons that people are saying that are because, do you remember that giant Joker release photo that they did with the glove and all the tattoos?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, apparently on his bicep there's a wing tattoo you only see part of.
Oh, it could be a fucking Robin.
A lot of people are speculating that that's a Robin tattoo. Also, what was originally thought to be a teardrop under his eye here, that's actually a J tattoo. And spoilers for Arkham Knight, but if you haven't seen Arkham Knight is Jason Todd, and when he takes his mask off for the first time, you see a giant J brand under his eye. And this is pretty much in the exact same spot.
Damn.
With the same letter and stuff.
Yeah.
There's also theories that the reason he has damage tattoo on the forehead, which is a huge thing that most people haven't come to like very much.
Horrible. But
Yeah, there's the rumors that might have been because when the Joker was torturing him, he tattooed stuff on him.
Oh, okay.
Just to
So
he tattooed a smile on the forearm to be like, oh, come on, smile, or ha ha ha, to make him laugh.
So we're saying that. So you're saying Jason Todd's the second Joker, the first Joker tortured him and turned him into.
That's what the theory is.
Okay, that's interesting, I guess.
Some of the reason people aren't buying into it all the way though is because if you've seen the Suicide Squad trailer, there's a scene with Batman riding on top of Joker's car, driving around, and this is rumored to be a flashback to a moment when Joker supposedly killed Jason Todd.
Oh, okay.
And that's why Batman is chasing him. Also, another reason that people are debunking it is because you see Harley Quinn, what looks like Harley Quinn, what is Harley Quinn that looks like in the Joker car.
In the passenger seat.
The passenger seat. And if that is a flashback, then there could be no romantic tension between this Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are thinking they definitely need to do, they might be doing, that kind of thing.
They gotta have.
Plus, it would almost be implying that there was no first Joker if that was a flashback scene, and maybe it was a different Robin that died.
Yeah.
Because there are rumors also that Dick Grayson might also be dead.
Which would be really lame because it'd be awesome to see Dick in the.
I know. Nightwing would be a great character for the DCU, I think.
Yeah, aren't they? There's that. They're making a live-action Teen Titans show, right?
Yep. Yeah, but DC right now is keeping all their shows separate from the universe.
But still.
Like Arrow, Flash, all those are separate from the universe.
But also one concise universe in their own.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool. But
or maybe I don't know about that because that will be on a different network than Arrow and stuff.
Oh right, and
I don't know if Supergirl is
Gotham's not on CW either. Gotham's on Fox.
So I don't think Gotham ties into Arrow either.
But all the CW ones are. Is Supergirl? Supergirl going to be on CW?
I think it's CBS. I think it's CBS, which is what I think Titans is on. So maybe those two go together.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And I think Fox owns CBS, so it's possible that Gotham ties into those somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe like second season of Gotham, if there is one, we'll see like Dick Grayson or something, and which would be weird because I don't think Batman will be Batman in season 2 of Gotham. But you get the point.
Right. Yeah.
But
Dick Grayson
maybe they'll
like a toddler.
Yeah, or something like that.
Acrobatic and such.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, then we come to the last segment of news. I'm going to keep a close eye on Neeson on this podcast, Liam Neeson. And anytime I can find some news about him, I'm going to share him.
Devin, you're so gay for Liam Neeson.
I have a huge love for Liam Neeson. Also Harrison Ford, but there's not much news on him right now.
Yeah, he's all old and shit. I mean, they're both pretty goddamn old.
But. Yeah. Well, according to Daily Mail, a bunch of websites right now, TMZ caught some photos of Liam Neeson walking through New York or Soho or somewhere in that area. And he looks rather straggly. His hair is pretty gray. He looks a little thin, and they're speculating that maybe he has like some kind of disease or something that's making him lose all that weight. But there's also Liam Neeson's really never been one for like huge public appearances or anything anyway. Plus, so
again, he's pretty goddamn old.
Yeah, he's turning 63 soon, which is actually there's a quote from him here saying. He doesn't really like to talk about his birthday because it makes him feel old, and he doesn't like the concept of thinking about how old he is.
Yeah.
So he wants everyone to just kind of leave it. So I have an idea, TMZ. Let's just leave it. He's kind of deserved some peace and quiet, right? He's Liam Neeson. You can't really get up all in his shit for that.
He's the most badass 62-year-old.
Exactly.
Fucking alive.
Exactly. Alright, so let's move on to some other stuff here. I found something interesting the other day that I think you'd like, but knowing you and your short attention span, you'd never sit down and watch. On a YouTube channel called Bandit Incorporated, he did a YouTube series that he isn't quite finished with, but he's working on, where he takes the prequel movies, Phantom Menace of Star Wars, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, and he rewrites them so that they still fit in with the original trilogy, but so that we see better progression of characters and you know.
So basically, just like rehashing the.
Exactly, he's done Phantom
fixing
Menace.
All of George's mistakes in those films.
Not that George isn't allowed to think that they were a good idea at the time, but in hindsight, having watched these videos, I think these ideas are quite better.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into full detail on them, but I'll describe them a little bit. And he, like I said, he hasn't come out with Revenge of the Sith part yet, so I can't really talk about that one. But in the Phantom Menace, he starts it off with Obi-Wan and Anakin is his apprentice. He's 17 in this, not a child, thank God.
Yeah.
Because, let's be real, Jake Lloyd, I think it was Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd is the worst. He's
Plus,
so obnoxious.
All that stuff from Phantom.
Yeah, there's quite a few problems in that film, but
he starts it off in Phantom with Obi-Wan and Anakin on a planet doing a little.
This is pod racing.
No, this is pod racing, and no, you're fine. They started out on a planet and they're doing like a little recon mission, and they see Darth Maul, who is at this time the head Sith apprentice, master, whatever, sure. You're not quite sure yet. And he's running this facility that's cloning people. But they're not like clones from the movie. They're like orc-looking clones is how they're described.
Okay.
Almost like Lord of the Rings orcs. Just ugly and brutish. he also sets a few things up for this universe. Number one, the Force is much more powerful, and they don't rely so much on lightsabers as they do on Force abilities. And they still rely on lightsabers, but kind of only when they have to. And he prefaces this by saying lasers haven't been invented yet.
Oh, okay.
So bullets are still bullets. Like, guns use bullets as of right now.
Gotcha.
And that comes into play later.
But, so he's like completely rewriting this shit then?
Kinda.
Okay.
He keeps most of the characters. He adds a few characters, but not too many.
Okay.
But yeah, so basically they see Maul starting a clone army. And so what they do is they get off that planet after they get attacked, and they go to the next nearest planet, which is Alderaan. And they go there, they tell the Jedi Council what they found, and the Jedi Council's like, fuck, man, that's pretty bad. We got like 200 Jedi kind of sort of near you if you can last that long.
Yeah.
Because apparently at this point the clones have landed on Alderaan at like the south part of the planet, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are in the north part in the capital.
Okay.
So apparently Darth Maul has a sister now.
Okay.
And they name her Talon or something. And she's a character from the extended universe, but literally all they use is her appearance and her name in the video. They don't go into any of her details, which I'm not entirely specific on either. But apparently he has a sister, and he's kind of training her to use the Force. And so, yeah, the army marches toward, okay. She's the leader of the air forces, and Darth Maul's the leader of the ground forces.
Gotcha.
And they're being instructed by their master to inflict maximum damage on the civilians, because Alderaan is a peaceful planet, and the person in charge is trying to frame the Jedi for, not helping Alderaan.
Oh, damn, yeah.
So, basically what's happening is Maul tells her, take your air forces and bomb as many people as you can, so that when the Jedi actually do act, it looks like they haven't done enough.
Damn.
So, that happens,
Okay.
and they bomb. They kind of get to the city, but what happens is Anakin and Obi-Wan take some people who haven't fled the planet yet, who can fly ships, and this is Alderaan, so they don't have any weapons, but he outfits them with basic weapons that he can put together real fast. And he sends like a dog squadron basically up there to just like do little hit and run attacks on the big ships coming to bomb everybody before they can, do a lot of damage.
And you didn't see much of Alderaan in the prequels at all, did
you didn't see any, really.
Yeah, I mean,
that one scene like right at the end,
Yeah, when Obi-Wan's delivering Leia to Bail and shit. Yeah, like as important of a planet that is, they doesn't show much in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of set up a little bit of a romantic tension between Padme and Anakin, Padme is apparently not a royal member of like Alderaan, but she's a high class citizen, so she's like a noble, but she's not of the ruling class. And from what I gather, she's also obviously not Queen of Naboo in this situation.
Right.
She's just an Alderaanian or Alderaan or however you say it. Yeah. But anyway, back to the air raid. So the air raid, they take out, there's 3 ships for Maul's forces, and they take out one of them with dogfights, and then they take out another one by just like accident, kinda. And the third one is getting really close to the city. And apparently the Jedi have this thing where they can do force transference, where Jedi can put their force abilities into another Jedi.
What?
And apparently it's used like, kind of like when a master's training a Padawan, the master will put some of his force and give it to the Padawan, so the Padawan has some experience with what it feels like to have a decent amount of force. But
Alright.
apparently more than one Jedi can put their Force into one person, but it's strictly forbidden by the Jedi Order.
Oh, because there's like Force
Yeah,
over them and their
well, number
fucking head will
one,
explode or something?
something like that. It's also mentioned that the power might corrupt them, which is, the whole Jedi Order's against.
Unlimited power!
Yeah, God, I know, that scene. But yeah, no. Anyway, so Obi-Wan gets knocked out in the crash, and Anakin's awake, and Palpatine is with the Jedi Council, and the Jedi Council is hearing Anakin's, ideas about what they can do.
Okay.
And Palpatine basically suggests, hey, why don't you do that Force transference thing that you guys can do? And Yoda's like, we can't do it, it's strictly forbidden.
You mean do it? We cannot.
Yes, exactly. And apparently the king-ish figure of Alderaan, he's on the line as well, and he says, do whatever you can to save my planet, please,
Yeah, for sure.
anything you can. And so Yoda's reluctantly, okay. So then every Jedi in the universe sits down and meditates at the same time, and they all put all of their Force energy into Anakin.
Why did they choose Anakin?
Because they wanted to do Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan got knocked unconscious during the crash, like I said. So Anakin is on the planet, and Obi-Wan and him are the only one on the planet.
I gotcha.
So it has to be Anakin because Obi-Wan's unconscious.
Okay.
So every Jedi in the universe, minus Obi-Wan who's unconscious, sits down, meditates, and transfers their Force powers to Anakin, who uses the powers to bring the ship down. And right at the last second, Maul's sister, escapes or something.
Yeah.
And she ejects and crashes near them, which kind of wakes up Obi-Wan. But Anakin passes out from having all that Force inside him, obviously.
Force stroke.
Yeah. And so Obi-Wan and her duel a little bit, and he pretty much outclasses her, immediately.
Okay.
And, takes her, quote-unquote, prisoner, kind of. And basically what happens is Maul gets a hold of Obi-Wan and says, hey, you have my sister, and I have a bunch of people from the factory that I was making the clones in. These people are all hostages, so I'll make you a deal. I'll give you, I think it's 120 of them for just my sister. And, so Obi-Wan's reluctantly, okay, I guess,
Yeah.
So then they meet, and they do the exchange. Well, at this point, the 200 Jedi that were on their way landed on Alderaan, and they're right behind Obi-Wan because there's about to be a huge battle here.
Yeah, for sure.
And fun fact, Qui-Gon is not Obi-Wan's master in this universe, which is actually technically correct, because what this guy does is every time he does something that you think is insane, changes that, he'll flash a preview of the original trilogy that backs him up. In this instance, he shows a clip of Obi-Wan's Force Ghost talking to Yoda about how it's well, that's not what you trained me to do, because it's implied that Obi-Wan was trained by Yoda in the original trilogy.
Yeah, Yoda has some part in the training for most of the Jedi.
Yeah, but he just takes it literally and says Yoda was Obi-Wan's master.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, Qui-Gon is in charge of these 200 Jedi or whatever, and Obi-Wan does the prisoner transfer, and then he walks back and he's like, I have a really uneasy feeling about this. Qui-Gon's like, dude, don't worry about it, go be with your Padawan, he needs you, we got this. Well, what the Jedi don't know is apparently at that same facility on Alderaan where Maul's forces were being kept when they landed, they found a lot of lightsaber crystals, and they made gun templates with a space for the lightsaber crystal in them. And now, when you shoot the lightsaber crystals,
so you
have lasers now.
You got a blaster. Okay,
you have a blaster now.
For sure.
And the way he portrays it is, since bullets are still around, and the Force is such a heavy influence on Jedi, they can just, stop bullets in midair, kind of like in, movies where it's just
like a Magneto sort of.
Yeah, like a Magneto kind of thing. And so, Jedi know how to fight bullets, but they've never seen lasers before. This is brand new.
Okay.
So basically what happens is the clones, they fire on the 200 Jedi, and absolutely none of them have seen lasers before. So, instantly, most of them just die.
Yeah.
Because they don't know to use their lightsabers to deflect lasers yet, because they've never seen lasers. So he just like gets slaughtered, and then a few of them like Qui-Gon and a few others kind of last a little bit longer, and then from there, yeah, they all die, but they last a little bit longer. But yeah, so then it kind of ends with him saying Anakin having all that Force inside him is going to do one of two things. Either he's going to recover completely, or he's going to go into an iron lung when he recovers and basically be in a coma, pretty much. He's going to need life support to live.
So this is...
Or the third option is they build him some kind of life sustainment suit.
Yeah, okay.
Which would be how you introduce the Vader suit.
Okay, right on.
And I won't go into too much depth on the Attack of the Clones one, but basically it's just like in the middle of the war, same kind of thing. Anakin seems like he's okay.
Yeah.
Because apparently in the Jedi Order, if you can't heal yourself by meditating, then they don't let you take drugs or anything because they think you'll get addicted or, something like that, and it's just not allowed. Okay. So basically it's set up that if you have a dependence on drugs or you need something besides meditation to heal, you have to stop being a Jedi until you
can
rebuild those abilities.
Yeah, for sure.
And considering Anakin at this point is being regarded as all-around savior because he pretty much single-handedly took down the air fleet. It was his plan. He had the Force abilities towards the end. You know, everyone's praising him as a hero, so he really doesn't want to stop being a Jedi at this time.
Yeah.
So it's introduced. This is how they introduced the codependence on Palpatine and him. Palpatine apparently has like a vial of liquid that when Anakin drinks it, it like calms him.
Oh, okay.
Not like calms, because he has like shaky hands kind of thing, and it just like it evens him out so that he doesn't need the suit and he's not in a coma kind of thing.
Hey kid, you want to buy some drugs?
Yeah, pretty much. But he's working
I'll get you what you need, sonny.
But Palpatine is working on a suit for him while this is going on. Yeah, so that kind of leads into that later.
Okay, so.
But
I'm assuming this vial of juice is gonna bring out his dark side, like. Sort of thing, or no?
It doesn't really do that. It just kind of evens them out. But
I figured it was like some kind of like dark force poison,
I get you. But no, the way I see it, and I think he explains it, is it's just kind of a way for Palpatine to get in close to Anakin and start having conversations with him and build his trust and stuff. Okay, so it basically goes on that Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, and Anakin are sent to this far-off planet where they think that Maul is he's not hiding, but he's at.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's a traitor in Maul's separatist forces that's telling them where they can find Maul so that he can take over the separatist forces. Guess who that person is?
I don't know.
Tarkin.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? So apparently Tarkin's gonna double cross Maul.
I wish Tarkin would have been in the prequels, like as a Republic officer.
He's definitely old enough to be.
And he could have just been like kind of against like what the Jedi Council wants to do and stuff, and kind of going like a rogue officer going with his own shit. Yeah, that'd be
exactly.
Because he was a good character. Tarkin's actually one of the first novels they wrote for the new Star Wars canon, since they scrapped all the expanded universe, was a Tarkin standalone novel just about Tarkin.
Really?
Yeah, it was apparently pretty good to read.
I haven't read it yet, but I'll have to pick it up.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. I love Tarkin. He's cool. But anyway, so apparently Dooku is not even a Jedi in this.
Really?
Apparently he's just like Palpatine's right-hand man who, like, Palpatine does all his shady deals through Dooku.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of who I thought it was going to be. Yeah. But then he introduced Tarkin, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this. So apparently Tarkin betrays Maul because Maul and his sister want to take out Palpatine so they can be the rulers. So basically Tarkin goes to this planet, and he's like, hey, we found some Mandalorian iron on this planet. And apparently Mandalorian armor can withstand, like, lightsaber attacks, and it kind of absorbs a little bit of force energy, so it's like force is kind of reduced to it.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. So Maul's like, sure, I've been looking for this because we need to take on Palpatine. So he goes down to the planet, and there is Mandalorian iron there, but Tarkin takes his ship and leaves him there, and basically tells the Jedi where they can find him. So they go down there, and that's pretty much when Mace Windu, Anakin, and Obi-Wan get there. And Darth Maul's sister is still looking for a rematch on Obi-Wan because of how bad he beat her ass, basically. And so they pretty much split up because of this trap Darth Maul sets real quick. So Anakin and Mace go to find Darth, and Darth Maul's sister attacks Obi-Wan, and that's a fight scene between them. And then Anakin and Mace find Maul in this room, and Maul sets the lights off or something. And when he sets the lights off, Anakin and Mace kind of, go back to back until they can find the lights and stuff. And they find the lights, they put the lights in, and Maul is kind of standing right there real close to them, and Mace is like, watch out, and he pushes Anakin out of the way of Maul's blade real quick, and then stabs Maul through the chest.
Okay.
And so, everything's, doing that, and then you find out pretty much instantly by Maul shoving his blade through Mace's chest that it was a robot. If you've ever played The Force Unleashed, there's that robot Proxy that runs around a Star Killer.
Yeah, can,
Proxy
shapeshift into, or not shapeshift, but project an image of anybody.
Yeah, apparently Proxy has been in every single scene with Maul or whatever.
Oh, damn.
And he, gets stabbed through the chest looking like Maul so that Maul can sneak up and kill Mace.
Okay.
And so Mace dies, and Anakin just gets, nuts. He goes insane. He gets, a really mean, evil look on his face. And he grabs Mace's lightsaber and his, and he just starts attacking Maul. And then...
let the hate flow through you.
Yeah. And Maul and him have a little duel, and then it looks like he's beaten Maul because he chops off Maul's fingers so he can't hold his lightsaber anymore.
Okay.
And then Anakin's kind of gloating, and then Maul shoots him with some Force lightning for a little bit to weaken him. And then they're both pretty weakened because at this point Anakin hasn't had a serum in a while, so he's kind of really hurting, and he just used a bunch of Force. And then Maul's got no fingers or whatever, and they both start crawling towards Maul's lightsaber, which is in the middle of the floor, and Anakin gets there first, ignites it, and then cuts off Maul's legs.
Jesus.
Yeah, just to spite him, basically. He's like, this is for Mace or whatever.
Yeah.
And, at this point, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul's sister are still fighting because she's been training with Darth Maul to get better to fight him, so they're still fighting. And then Obi-Wan and they just stop, and they're like, I feel it too, your brother's gone, you've been kind of forced down this path by him, so now's your chance to leave and, do all that. And she looks like she's gonna back off, and then she just slashes Obi-Wan across the chest.
Oh,
not not enough to kill him or anything, just to give him a really big scar.
Yeah.
But yeah, she slashes him, and then runs away. And Anakin and Obi-Wan go back to Coruscant, and they, they're recovering from their injuries because Maul cut off one of Anakin's hands when he was Force lightning him. So Anakin needs a robot hand now, and Obi-Wan got slashed across the chest with a lightsaber, so that's obviously going to take some time.
Yeah.
And basically, this is the point where Palpatine starts, talking crap about the Jedis and how slow they are, because apparently there was... Since,
Jedi.
Yeah.
Plural of Jedi is
Jedi, whatever. So apparently, Tarkin's whole thing was he's in with the Emperor too, and his whole thing was he's going to take over the Separatist party.
Yeah.
So that he would offer a ceasefire with the Republic, and Palpatine's going hard for this ceasefire.
Yeah.
Because basically what the Jedi are afraid of is if they sign a ceasefire, then the dark side, whatever force they've been feeling in the dark side, will be able to hide and grow and just get bigger. So they've been blocking all of Palpatine's attempts for a ceasefire, and basically he's been like, hey, these Jedi just want war, man. Like, they're war-hungry fucks, you know? They're going all out in this war. They don't want to sign a ceasefire. And he tells Anakin basically that there was a ceasefire on the table. Like, Tarkin and him were both like, hey, let's do a ceasefire. And then the Jedi Council blocked it because apparently the Jedi Council can overrule the Chancellor and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And so he basically tells him that, and Anakin's like, but so many people died on Alderaan, you know, and how could they, you know, not do this or whatever, you know, and Palpatine basically gives him a solution: kill all the Jedi. So what happens is Mace's funeral is on Coruscant, and every Jedi that's even close to Coruscant and farther is going to come, and they're all going to be there in one sitting. And apparently it's Jedi tradition that when you place your lightsaber next to the funeral pyre for the dead Jedi.
Yeah.
So all of the Jedi are going to be there. All of their lightsabers are going to be next to the funeral pyre, and they're pretty much defenseless.
Gotcha.
So Palpatine basically says, here, take this lightsaber, which looks exactly like Anakin's. It's a decoy, but it's a bomb. So what's going to happen is you're going to put this down next to Mace Windu's fire. I'm going to have my servant come and get you.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to remotely detonate it and kill all the Jedi there.
Yeah.
And, like, most of the Jedi are there. Yoda's off planet doing some stuff, and I think Ki-Adi might be too, but, you know, most of the Jedi are going to be there, including Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. And
so Anakin's like, he takes a night to think about it, and then the day of the fire, he's like, okay, I'll do it, but when your servant calls to take me away, they need to tell Obi-Wan to come with us as well, because I don't want Obi-Wan to die.
Yeah.
And Palpatine at this point has revealed some of his Force powers, not to Anakin, but in side parts of the story. And he's like letting Anakin look into his thoughts to see if he's lying, and purposely concealing the fact that he's lying. And he's like, yeah, Anakin, no problem, I swear, I'll tell Obi-Wan to be there too, you know, like I'll have him excused as well.
Yeah.
And so then the day the fire comes and Anakin puts down his lightsaber and the servant comes to get Anakin, and he's like, okay, well, let's go find Obi-Wan and then get out of here. He's like, no, I was told strictly to get you only, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So basically the Chancellor lied.
Yeah.
And Anakin's getting really frustrated, and then he just uses like a mind trick to make him say, now let's go get Obi-Wan. And then he's like, okay, let's get Obi-Wan and get out of here, you know, kind of thing. And then the bomb goes off and a bunch of Jedi die, and that's kind of where he ends the story.
Gotcha.
And he hasn't done Revenge of the Sith yet, but I mean, if it's half as good as the stuff that he's done in these two, then it'll be great.
Yeah, I do like a lot of aspects of the original trilogy though. Like, I do like the, you know, with the clone army, how, you know, the Chancellor secretly has all these powers over them, like, you know, Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was a cool way of going about that.
Well, he still kind of does that. Well, see, because what happens is the clone army is owned by the Separatists.
Yeah.
And the Republic has an army, but it's not like a mass-produced clone army. It's just like regular, everyday people fighting.
Just like a militia, yeah.
And then after the whole incident on Alderaan, he gets permission to make a clone army.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that kind of starts happening, and we haven't seen anything of them really yet, but, you know, it's mentioned that there is a clone army.
Yeah.
So, this is a nice segue into talking about all the Star Wars movies, though. What was your ranking for those?
Ranking for...
Yeah, favorite to least favorite.
Obviously, number one's Empire.
Duh, obviously.
And 2... See, that's where I have trouble, it's obviously between 4 and 6.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's a lot of things about 6 that I just can't get over. Like, I can't fucking stand Ewoks, man.
Dude, Ewoks are the biggest
almost
cheap
ruined
out
the
ever.
whole movie for me. Fucking Ewoks. But also, that movie has the best lightsaber duel in the entire series between Darth Vader, the climactic final battle. You know, which is all that raw emotion, and it's just such a good fucking scene.
Exactly.
But at the same time, Episode 4 is just classic Star Wars. It's just
Yeah.
it's just everything Star Wars and perfectly done. And
Exactly.
I'd probably have to go 5, 4, 6, 3, 1, 2.
See, I'm pretty much in line with you, but mine goes off a little bit. Empire, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I think 4 for me, just because it's classic, started everything, all that.
Yeah.
Then I kind of go 3. See,
Yeah?
I
3 more than 6?
yeah, 3 more than 6. See,
I
have some big problems with Return. Obviously, Ewoks. We mentioned that. Let's not even get started on Ewoks.
Yeah.
But I have a huge problem with Han Solo in Episode 6.
Really?
Like, I understand he just got unfrozen from carbonite and, all that, but he's just so not Han Solo in 6. Like, he gets captured by stormtroopers when he lands on Endor,
Yeah.
and, like, they get held hostage, and he gets, he can't really help the net that Chewie kind of set off. That's kind of not his fault. But, he's just so not Han in that movie to me. Plus, there was rumors, and it's not even rumors, it's been straight up confirmed. Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to die.
Oh,
Like, he wanted to be killed off, and basically just that kind of... He wanted to be killed off. So there's a lot of rumors that...
That's a big impact.
And see, here's a funny thing. Well, number one, let me finish my point, and that is that I just don't think Harrison Ford put 100% into Return. Not saying he's not good in it. I don't think he.
He just doesn't have the same soul. As
as in 5,
4 or 5.
Yeah, because he's the lovable smuggler.
I get that.
4,
But then in 6, he's more like, oh, I love Leia and all this other shit.
Yeah. And there's just some other problems I have with 6, but anyway, the reason that Lucas refused to kill Han Solo is because he said, I don't remember exactly what his quote was, but it was something really weird and vague and, sorry, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a huge advocate of Han shot first.
Right, obviously.
And have you heard Lucas's thing on that?
No, I haven't.
He said the reason that he changed it in the special editions so that Han doesn't shoot first is because he says Star Wars is not a movie or it's not a series about redeeming heroes. That's entirely what it is. The entire original trilogy is like, Vader's done some really bad shit, and then in the last 30 seconds of Return, he does enough to redeem himself and become a Force Ghost. Yeah. So it's like he says
that's like one of the greatest redemption stories of all time.
Exactly. So there's absolutely no reason for it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have some problems with 6, which is why I think I put it behind 3. The prequels are generally pretty bad, but I think 3 is really good.
I do.
The lightsaber battles are great,
and
Anakin's. Even Hayden Christensen.
Even
his bad acting couldn't stop Anakin's fall from the Force
and just
to be
the way
awesome.
he conveys, all the hate and the anger.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. And then obviously 6 after that.
Yeah.
And then 1 because not just Liam Neeson, but Liam Neeson's a huge part. But Darth Maul is awesome. Liam Neeson's awesome. Jar Jar's a big letdown, but
what are you talking about, dude? I love Jar Jar.
Yeah, he's the best, right? Best character ever made. And, just general terrible, pod racing.
I can't stand the goddamn pod racing.
Dude, I have to, every time I watch those movies, I have to skip the pod racing scene. It's like a 10-minute scene of just pod racing. It's like,
and none of that's
my God.
None of that's not cool, but it's just this isn't necessary. We don't have to watch this whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And it's just...
So much of that movie was set on Tatooine.
Yeah, it's just I'm sick of all this fucking sand. And all this
I just
fucking Jake Lloyd whining about shit.
Yeah, he's like, I don't... he never even mentions that he doesn't know his dad, really. He's just like, my mom, my mom, my mom.
Yeah, he's...
But
oh, God.
The main reasons I think that 1 is above 2 is because, same thing, Darth Maul, Liam Neeson, all that good stuff. And then 2 is just...
It's just 50%
It's like
It's-
it's like 80% awkward love story that
Yeah.
doesn't really work.
It's just Hayden Christensen and Padme and Natalie Portman just being
Just
horrible
rolling
actors.
rolling around in the
And
grass on Naboo.
The worst fucking
Terrible actors.
mushy love scenes. Oh no.
And
oh,
then
God, no.
then they go to Tatooine and they try to find Anakin's mother who's been sold into slavery or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes nuts on
And
all
when he
those
kills all the
Tusken
Tusken
Raiders.
Raiders.
They didn't even show it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how much cooler? I mean, that movie probably would have got another 10 points in my book if they'd just shown him slaughter a bunch of like Tusken Raiders. Like, not that I have anything against him. It's just like okay, we see him. We know he kills them. That doesn't. Yeah.
But I think like if they had a scene like that, the movie would have been PG-13 instead of just PG.
True. I forgot that they were
because
only PG.
the only one PG-13 is 3.
I forgot that
because of scenes like that. Where Anakin goes nuts and like kills fucking children and
kills
shit.
younglings.
But
that's another thing. How does he get to be a Force ghost? He killed younglings.
He killed like 30 goddamn children.
Not just children. All those
you can't
Jedi,
redeem that.
All those Jedi he hunted down in the 20 years between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
He killed like an entire species basically. Like if Jedi were a species, he committed genocide pretty much. Like minus like 3.
Yeah.
And the only reason he couldn't kill those 3 is because they were Obi-Wan, Yoda, and like. I think there was one more that they mentioned in the extended universe or something.
There's a few. There's a few like Shaq T was in. I don't know if it's canon, but she was in.
She was in Force Unleashed. You kill her in that.
And what's the other guy? Coda.
Yeah. I don't know if he dies. He doesn't die in the games, but they were gonna make a third, and then they stopped making a third. So.
Oh, is that right?
But he was alive and blind at the end of 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like 80% really bad love story. One really awesome fight between Dooku, Obi-Wan, and Anakin that lasts like 2 minutes.
And then Dooku and Yoda.
And then that really bad CGI Yoda fight with Dooku.
I still like that scene.
Where they just throw a bunch of rocks at each other. And then...
Clearly just can't be measured by our knowledge of the Force, but our skills with a lightsaber.
Yeah. And so it's like 80% really bad love story, one really cool fight, and then that god-awful scene on Geonosis with, like, the factory.
What
was with the factory?
The fucking factory scene.
Why'd they add that?
Oh my god, that was the worst.
I guess you have to explain Anakin and Padme getting captured and put in the arena. It
doesn't do anything for the plot. No. It doesn't, like, they could have just walked in and gotten captured. They don't have to go through all this, like, falling into the fucking giant, like, machinery and, like, all this shit and, like, oh my god. Yeah.
And this part... I guess it doesn't really have to do with rating the movies, but I just want to mention this. Can we talk about, and I'm a huge fan, so take that as you will.
Right.
Can we talk about how lame of a character Boba Fett actually is in the movies?
Yeah, we can be honest about Boba Fett here.
Like,
you and me.
My god. Like, I love him to death. He's so cool in the extended universe, but like...
And in 5, like when you first get your first taste of Boba, it's like, oh, this is like this mysterious badass dude with the helmet. Like,
he's gonna disintegrate some motherfuckers.
Which also, when you think about it, is if he has to be worn to disintegrate people, and he's a fucking bounty hunter, doesn't it make him kind of a bad bounty hunter?
Yeah,
like he's.
But like even that aside,
he has to be specifically told not to disintegrate the targets because he's like I guess he's accidentally disintegrated them before when he's supposed to bring in a bounty.
To be fair, a bounty could be dead or alive.
Yeah, that's true.
But Vader's stressing he wants them alive.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing just gets me sometimes. It's like, and then in Jedi, it's like. Okay.
Yeah, worse,
I'm supposedly.
He dies like a fucking bitch, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
It's like, okay, he's been set up to be this awesome bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He catches Han Solo.
He finally gets his chance to go stop these fuckers and kick some ass.
Yeah, and then the blind Han takes out his jetpack.
Blind Han Solo accidentally hits him with the fucking staff.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, I guess this is a good transition point then. We're gonna do, I don't know really what to call it yet, but it's gonna be making up a story on the spot.
Yeah, sure.
We have a spinner here with it's a standard life spinner 1 through 10, and I have a sheet in front of me with master codes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spin once for a character, spin a second time for a time period, and spin a third time for the occupation. And I have some stuff written down here. If we get a 1 through 3 on the first spin, we're Batman. A 4 through 6, Han Solo. A 7 through 9, Liam Neeson. Or if we get a 10, it's Link. Yeah.
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda Link. Then time period, 1 through 3 is modern, 4 through 6 is the future, 7 through 9 is the past, and 10 is apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so like in an apocalyptic wasteland or something. And occupation, 1 through 3 is spy, 4 through 6 is pirate. And
Pirate?
Yep, they're a pirate. 7 through 9 is they work as a fast food worker.
Okay.
And 10 is just them as themselves as they are.
Okay.
In a different time period, theoretically.
Alright, man. Let's do it.
So, how this is going to work is we're each going to do one. I'll go first, and then it'll just be like a quick 2-minute story, probably, not even 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I'll go first. I got an 8, which means Liam Neeson. I got a 2, which means modern. And I got a 10, which means he's playing himself. Wow, that's pretty...
Liam Neeson playing himself right now.
Pretty lame. Okay. I can work with this. Okay.
A little taste of that exciting.
Okay. He's just done Taken 5.
Okay.
They've taken his daughter. They've taken him and his wife. They've killed his wife. They've since killed we'll say the daughter's child or something in 4.
Yeah.
5 was his grandma comes back to life, and then they kill her.
They take her.
They take her and they kill her, and he's like, "Not my dead grandma."
They take his mailman.
They take his mailman.
They take his favorite clerk at the grocery store.
Yep. Okay, so he's himself in the modern time as Liam Neeson. So just Liam Neeson then. He's going into the set of Taken 6. They want to make this. They want to stretch this out. They want to be like, okay, we got 6 ideas. They're all good. 2 and 3 weren't bad.
We can just take as many people as we need to, man.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it pays, we'll just take them all.
Exactly. Okay. There's a new director. It's no longer Luke Besson or whoever directed 2 and 3. It's Kevin Smith.
All right.
Kevin Smith is now directing Taken 6. Kevin Smith, notorious for his off-kilter comedy, turns Taken 6 basically into Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back 2. He's like got Liam Neeson in the role, but okay, it's him and his daughter walking through the mall. His daughter's like 30 at this point, and he's like 70 or something, and they're just walking through the mall, and these 2 guys, Jay and Silent Bob, they're sitting on the corner, and they start catcalling his daughter, and he's like, "I'll find you and I'll kill you." So then, while he's distracted, some Arabian guys or whatever the race the bad guys
Arabian guy.
You know,
just like Eastern European,
yeah.
like the shady motherfuckers.
General bad guys from the first
Ukrainian
2 movies. Yeah,
motherfuckers.
They snatch his daughter while he's not looking, and he's busy threatening like. While he's
getting
busy,
like a fist fight with Jay and Silent.
Yeah, pretty much. Snoochie boochies. Anyway, so he turns around and he's like, "Oh man, my daughter's been taken. Again. I guess I have no choice but to team up with these 2 idiots." And also this strange guy walking around the mall. Who is it? It's Ben Affleck, returning to cameo in like his 7th Kevin Smith movie. Ben Affleck is playing Jack Ryan, which he notoriously played like twice. Anyway, so Jack Ryan and Liam Neeson and Jay and Silent Bob all team up and kill some Middle Eastern guys. And then they kill her. They kill some Middle Eastern guys, and the daughter gets taken home, and she's like, "Yay, Dad, you saved me. But guess what? I'm pregnant again, because turns out she was pregnant in the 3rd one, and then they killed her baby in like the 4th one or something. So it's called Taken 4. Planned Parenthood trip.
You mean Taken 6?
Nope, this is Taken 6.
Oh, right.
Taken 4 is when they killed her child. It's called Planned Parenthood trip.
Alright, dude.
Alright, your turn. Go ahead and spin that stuff.
Hey, I got Han Solo. In the past. So, like...
Our past,
okay.
not long time ago.
And he's a pirate.
Ooh,
all right.
He's technically a space pirate, I guess, but
So, you got Captain Solo, captain of the Millennium Schooner, along on the seven seas with his trusty crew of very hairy men, and basically he I'm bad at improv, dude.
That's fine.
You know,
I'll help you out.
He's being a smuggler on
Yeah.
the seven seas. You know, basically, Han Solo,
stuff.
he's basically
Pirate
a pirate
stuff.
already. Like, this shit writes itself, man.
Yeah, pirate stuff. Okay, so while he's pirating about, he meets this one big hairy guy on an island, and he's like, "Wow, this guy's really hairy. He could come in useful." So he goes to the bathroom in the pirate bathroom.
You can tell a lot about a man by how hairy he is.
Yes.
That'll tell you how useful he is on a pirate ship.
Yes. So he goes into the pirate bathroom and he finds a glory hole. He sticks his penis into the glory hole, and on the other end, someone starts reciprocating.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, they just start like nibbling, and he's like, "Wow, oh stop it, Chewie," because they're chewing. And then he opens the stall, and he sees it's the giant hairy man.
Lame. God damn it.
Han Solo doesn't need to get bathroom boners.
Yeah, he's
He's
a
a
suave
stud.
gentleman.
He's a stud. But yeah,
All right.
together they pilot the Millennium Schooner, and they destroy the Death Ship.
Death boat.
Death boat.
Alright.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. Let's be real. Okay. So next we got some talk about sequels that are better and worse than the original, which we'll probably go into more detail on a later episode, but we'll just do a little bit right now. Name a sequel besides Empire that you think is better than the original.
Ooh. Better than the original. Not a lot of those.
No, there's not.
Not too many of those.
I think a good example is always, depending on how you feel about the franchise, I'm kind of neutral. Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Because Terminator 2 is definitely better than 1, but
it's
not
probably,
by much, in my opinion, because I love the first one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that one does a good job of opening up the universe and, like,
Yeah.
explaining more. Like, the first one's just, like, super basic story. You got this guy chasing down a girl for the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
much it.
you don't even really know he's a robot.
You
till
don't really
halfway
know much
through.
about it at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one definitely expands on that in a really good way. Yeah, it's good. It's a good choice.
The only thing that makes me mad about the second one, and it doesn't really make me mad so much as the third one does. The second one kind of closes it off where they kind of like they stopped the apocalypse or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Skynet's no longer gonna activate, anything like that. And then the third one comes trumping in.
Yeah, I never saw the third one.
You didn't see the third one? Okay, the third one, basically, Sarah Connor's dead, and John Connor's like, I don't know, 20, 25, somewhere in there. And he thinks that the apocalypse is done because, in 2, the apocalypse is stopped. Well, another liquid metal one, not a T-1000, but I think they call it a TX or something. It's like a woman Terminator who's also, like, liquid. Comes back to, like, kill John Connor and, like, start the Skynet or whatever.
Yeah.
Because apparently all they did was delay the apocalypse instead of stopping it. And so Arnold comes back programmed to protect John Connor, and, it's just kind of like, it's pretty much just that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's going to try and kill him. Oh, Arnold's going to stop him.
Yeah.
And then 4, I haven't seen all the way through. That's Salvation.
I actually did see that one a long time ago. But
a lot of people tell me it's bad, but I mean, I love Christian Bale. I feel like if it's bad, it's not because of him. It's probably direction-wise and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we saw Genesis. Genesis is good.
I Yeah, I thought it was alright. I don't know.
You like it less after thinking about it a little
I didn't
bit?
love it. I mean, it was entertaining, but I just don't think it. Yeah, I don't know. It really did much for me.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I liked Genesis. I'm not gonna say it's like my favorite. I think it's probably my third.
Yeah.
Obviously 2, 1, 5. I haven't seen 4, but I imagine 4 goes above 3 because 3 was really bad. And then another sequel.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, you're
All
good.
right. This one's gonna be. I don't know. Might be kind of a touchy one for you, but I think Two Towers is better than Fellowship.
Dude, you know me though.
I love the hell out of Fellowship, but Two Towers just has so many epic moments that just make it a fantastic movie for me.
My problem with Two Towers is it's just so long, and there's such a long. They're all long. But there's just like an hour-long stretch, like right in the middle of it, where there's no action going on anywhere. Like Pippin and Merry are in the woods talking to the Treebeard. Saruman's like pretty much out of the picture at that point.
Yeah.
Gandalf is with Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli, and they're all like trying to convince Rohan's king that he's not crazy and that Sauron poisoned his mind or something. And then Frodo and
damn if I don't love that scene in the beginning though, where Gandalf, when he goes to the King of Rohan when he's all corrupted and like reveals himself as Gandalf the White and shit. Oh man,
it's a good scene. It's got good scenes. I won't argue that. And I guess you could convince me that it's better than Fellowship, but I mean, obviously, Return is the best.
Well, yeah, without question. Return one of the best movies ever made.
The only thing holding Return of the King back in any way was how long they drew out that ending. You're like, okay, the battle's over. Aragorn's being kinged. Oh wait, they're gonna go back to the Shire.
Shire with their little, trip to the pub, celebrating and shit. And then you got the wedding between Sam and that one chick.
Then you got Frodo writing the book.
Who like nobody cares about her. Like why do we see their wedding scene? Like just so you know that Samwise is happy in the end, I guess. And then you got them going off on the boat. And
then you got Samwise with his kids at the very end. And
and then you got Bilbo talking to Frodo.
Yeah.
No wait.
Yeah, because they're on the boat together. They're on the boat together.
Yeah. But the whole
that whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Here's a little more recent one. I thought 22 Jump Street was better than 21 Jump Street.
Okay, yeah. I
just barely, but I did think it was better. Not that they didn't in the first one, but I think the dynamic between Tatum and Hill was like perfectly set.
And I loved I don't know the actress' name, but Jillian from Workaholics from that film.
God, I can't put my name on her, but I know who she is. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I think she did a great job as like crazy villainish sort of character.
Yeah, duh. She's really good in that. I liked her, and Ice Cube is always good in everything he does. Speaking of which, I really it's Jillian Bell.
Oh, that's her name's actually Jillian.
I think so, yeah. But I really just lost track of what I was gonna say.
Well, shit, man.
Yeah.
Probably about time to wrap it up then, eh?
I guess. I was about to. Oh, Straight Outta Compton. I'm surprised how much I actually want to see that. Although I would pay extra money if Ice Cube, as a 50-year-old or however old he is, would play himself as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, with like some reduction.
Or just
effects.
just Ice Cube. The age he is now. Just Ice Cube as a 50-year-old man playing a 20-year-old him.
All right. That'd be something.
I'd pay extra money to see that.
That'd be interesting.
Just like on the director's cut or something. It's just like, oh my gosh, yes. But yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's the first episode, and we'll probably be doing more. So keep your ears out and eyes out, and we'll see you later.